Let's continue focusing on that story. Let's bring in the chairperson of the Cape Flats Safety Forum, Abie Isaacs, who joins us now. Good afternoon, and thank you for your time. So this shocking incident in Kraaifontein, but it's not the first one of its kind in the last few months. Subsequent to that, we've seen some high-level meetings between leaders at national government with leaders in the Western Cape provincial government as well. Tell me where we stand on this Saturday afternoon. As a community, are you feeling that this crisis is receiving the attention it deserves and perhaps help and reprieve could be on the way?
Good afternoon to you and the viewers. Firstly, as the Cape Flats Safety Forum, we strongly want to condemn any acts of violence in the strongest terms. Secondly, we've had a high-level visit from the acting minister this week. We welcome this visit in the same vein. Also, as I said, he came to listen to what. However, we keep on losing the focus that the Western Cape in particular, the Cape Flats, the broader Cape Flats, whatever area in the Cape Flats is under siege. So we have been consistently calling for the SANDF to be deployed as a force multiplier. Yes, we hear that there's LEAP officers deployed. We hear the law enforcement. We hear the SAPs are being deployed. But for now, to get the areas stabilized, SANDF would be the correct people to come and stabilize the area. Whilst the three spheres of government go back to the drawing board and look at alternative strategy. I think also the insert also indicated what we've consistently been saying, that there seems to be a lack of intelligence within and around the Western Cape, particularly dealing with gang violence and shooting in particular. So one, we call for the SANDF to be deployed. Secondly, what we've also seen is that the known murder weapon is gun. So we've been calling for a special probe to be set up to deal with gun violence, because guns are freely available in and around the Cape Flats and in particular the Western Cape that are committing these acts in our society. So clearly those are the three issues. Two issues that we, as the Cape Flats Safety Forum holds the view, needs to be resolved as a matter. And I think the minister, if I'm not mistaken, said that he will come back in 2 weeks because clearly there's no strategy, there's no plan. We've been saying it for the past 3 years. There's no plan, there's no political will. And I hope that through the three spheres of government meeting, there would be a political will now from the three spheres of government to deal with this.
Usually, Mr. Isaacs, when we talk about this issue, you time and again, perhaps you start with the core of the issue, but as you go out on the concentric circles, you start hearing about these debates about devolution of policing power and control of the police. Are such debates appropriate at this time? Do you believe that decisive moves in that direction as desired by the Western Cape government would help in the immediate term, or should those be preserved for longer term, middle to longer term debates, or would they come in and actually make a difference in the situation as you face it as communities right now?
I think from me as just an ordinary citizen, having to understand and having to read some of the acts, devolution of power, if I give you the right for devolution of power, it does not necessarily mean I will hand over the 160 dockets tomorrow. Devolution of power in terms of my layman's understanding, because the SABC Act need to be amended, and obviously in terms of that one, it's a process. My understanding is there's going to be a green paper, there's going to be a white paper, go through the motions, and then it gets legislated, amended. So that is it. As you correctly put it, it's going to be medium to long-term strategy. But for now, from our side, we view the devolution of power, it's pure electioneering. Let's put it clearly that way. But yes, giving the necessary amendments. We need to look at amending the South African Police Act. We also need to look at amending the Criminal Procedure Act. That is where we need to start focusing.
Yeah. So you've made this call about the SANDF being deployed. Not that there's any benign and acceptable levels of gang violence, but I suppose you're making the call because with your frame of reference, you are able to say what we are seeing now calls for the SANDF to be deployed. But having said that, you've had the SANDF deployed a couple of years ago. Draw those parallels. what happened back then that you believe would happen now if the SANDF were to be deployed within the limits that they have in terms of their ability or otherwise to actually perform law enforcement functions, where they come in just to support the SAPS?
I think we need to be clear on it. When we call as a force multiplier to support, and I think we understand that both agencies have a different mandate. So it's common cause that they would be coming in as a force multiplier to the South African Police Service to stabilize the area, to give a sense of security to the communities. And I think from my understanding and what I've gauged when they were here, there was this clear safetiness around the community. They felt a bit safe. Even if you look at the lockdown days when the SANDF was deployed as a force multiplier, there was an area where people could feel safe. There was a certain curfew. One does not want to go to the curfew scenario, but get the SANDF deployed, get your intelligence up and running. Also in the same way, communities also have a responsibility to play.
Is it in the disruptive nature? So say for instance, if more SAPS and SANDF patrol vehicles are roaming around these hotspot areas, do you believe that it has an effect of disrupting whatever gang plans are, say in one evening, for example?
That's correct. Just yesterday, an area out in the Cape Flats where the LEAP officers came under attack from the community, and I'm pretty sure, and that's my understanding, if they were escorted by or supported by SANDF, that thing would never happen, because there's the clear understanding from the community that SANDF have a particular role to play.
All right, let's leave it there for this afternoon. Thank you for sharing your time and your insights with us. That's Abie Isaacs, who is chairperson of the Cape Flats Safety Forum, talking to us about that situation there.